guys, Chris Murray again. This is the Phenomenal Podcast. This is episode 4. Don't fear collaboration, embrace it. Thank you to everybody who listened to the last one that I did, episode 3. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it and you tune into this for the first time, then please feel free to go back through our old podcasts and listen to them. So this episode today, it's all about collaborating. One of those things where, as a business owner, you look at businesses that do something similar to you and you think, the competition, the people who are trying to put me out of business. And I have a different mindset with regards to all that. I think that there's many, many ways that you can try and embrace people who do something similar to you, and you can try and make it work for both you and them and help both brands grow. When I started off in business properly, right? I'd left my job working for an investment company. No doubt we'll talk about that at some point, as to what happened there. But started off, came into Newtons of Bury on the Rock and was doing a bit of co-working. I was part of a business academy through Made in Bury, and I met some business owners that did similar things to me. They didn't do exactly the same, they did similar, okay? And looked at it and thought, right, okay, so, we're not here to outdo each other. We're all here to learn, we're all here to grow our businesses, we're all here to have a better understanding of what we're trying to do and how we're trying to get those goals in place. Now, just so happened that Matthew, who owns Newtons of Bury, was on the business academy as well. So I'd met him, we'd been through everything, and we talked about, me coming in and co-working and working out of the office. Well, not the offices, but out of the front space where everybody co-works from. Didn't realise that there was, a load of offices and a lovely penthouse up here. Just worked out the front space. And it was early on into that obviously I knew that there was a couple of other graphic design agencies that worked out of Newtons, and they were trying to grow their brands as well. And you look at it and you think, oh, well, they do something similar to what I do. And I am not claiming in a million years that I am an amazing graphic designer. I'm not. Okay, I can do it well. I can create your brand from scratch. I can create your logo. I can design all your marketing material. I can do everything that your brand needs to do. But I know that if there's somebody better than me at it, I'll point you in their direction. And I got to know the other designers that worked out with the space, and straight away it was one of those things of going, well, they're not competitors. They're people that I can get on board with and bounce ideas off and ask advice of and speak to, because running your own business and setting your own business up, it's a really lonely place. It can be horrible. You can sit there and think all day, about different things, about, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Where's my next invoice coming from? Where's my next client coming from? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? And it was good to be able to speak to businesses that were going through a similar situation, and trying to understand more about what they were trying to achieve and how they wanted to grow. And we all sort of tried to bounce off each other with our ideas, and if somebody thinks of something that might work for that particular brand, then obviously let them use it, and vice versa. Never once looked at it as being that, I can't get on with these people, I can't collaborate with them, I can't pass them work. But I've had to build a relationship with them, and I've had to gain their trust, and they've had to gain mine, and we've had to understand more about what each other can offer and how we can work together in order to be able to collaborate. I mean, it's basic networking 101. You learn to understand the people that you're networking with. You get to know more about what their business is. You take a keen interest in what they're doing, and you look at it and go, right, okay, so they can help me in this way, and I can help them in that way. And it's all about building that relationship and building the growth between companies. Other people look at it and going, well, why are you working with people who do the same thing as you? Does it not make it awkward? Does it not mean that you know that you steal clients from each other and there's a bit of underhandedness going on? Well, no, because if you've got morals and you're, you know, a human being that understands the way the world works, that you'll look at it and go, well, karma's going to give it me back at some point. You know, I've done a nice thing for this business by sending them a client this way. You know, hopefully when they get a client who's looking for social media or marketing, they'll throw it back my way. And it's just looking at it that way, because if you can't get on board with people who work in the same industry as you, you know, there's something wrong personally. You know, you might have hit it off in the wrong way, and that's fine. I get that you'll not be able to get on with everybody who is in the same industry as you. I get it. But you've also got to not be afraid of letting those people in and collaborating with them. I mean, I'll give you an example, right? So obviously here at the Phenomenal Group, we do social media, marketing, advertising and branding, okay? We predominantly deal with businesses that want help with their social media or their marketing, all right? But downstairs in one of the other offices, there is a graphic designer called Jason who who owns a business called Nettle of Berry. Okay, now they do graphic design, they do websites, and they do printing. So I'm not going to be offering print services anytime soon. You know, I've seen how he works with regards to print and how much goes into it. I'm not going to be offering websites. So the only thing that we both offer is we both offer some form of design. Well, that's fine. You know, we looked at it as the two of us and went, right, well, let's see how we can work together. What is that we can do? You know, he charges a certain amount for his services that coincides with obviously what Nettle, the franchise, charges. I'm my own boss and I charge what I want. So if he's got a potential client that comes to him but can't afford his prices and he's looking to go somewhere else, he'll either pass it to myself or Dale from Hardman Creative, who is also one of the business owners that works out of here. So we have a dynamic where we look to try and make sure that we're helping each other out, because if they want to then do that work for a business owner and they do it to a reasonable standard, or in some cases a phenomenal standard, and that business owner comes back and says, right, brilliant, thanks for that design work that you've done, or thanks for that website, or thanks for that printing, I'm now looking for somebody who deals with social media and marketing, they know exactly where to send him. They know what they're going to get from me, and they know how it all works. And like I say, it's building that relationship between yourselves and looking at each other and thinking, right, okay, let's work together. You know, it is a rough world being a business owner. You know, we've had the pandemic, and not going to talk about that in every episode, but we've had points where, you know, it can feel really, really low, and there's times where we all just need to talk to each other and put what's going on in our heads out there on the table, you know. But like I said earlier, it's basic networking 101. You learn more about that business, you take a keen understanding of that business, what the services they offer, how they can be of benefit to your clients, and you look to introduce those people to everybody that, you know, that might need those services. There's been times where we've gone in and we've pitched for services to businesses where I'm going in pitching as social media and the marketing side of things, and Jason's pitching as the graphic design and the website guy and doing it as a package. You know, it's about building that relationship and trying to be able to make it work so that we both benefit and the client gets the best of everything out of it. And, you know, I think a lot of people are very worried and scared of what collaborating means. You don't have to fully let somebody in. You don't have to say, all right, well, this is my business, you know, you're now in charge, or anything like that. You just need to be open to the idea of suggestion and looking at how you can make money, how you can make both brands look good, and how you can give the client the best service. Because if you're doing your best and they're doing theirs and the client's happy, then obviously it'll lead to return work. All right, so that's the collaboration side of it. You know, I network. I do networking. I don't do it as much as I probably should, but I do network. And now that obviously everything with the pandemic's like starting to come to an end, and we're looking to, move into going back to face meetings and getting to be able to actually network rather than it being done over Zoom. It's brilliant because I can understand more now about other people in my networking group and understand how they can help me and how I can help them. Because, prime example, okay, I'm in a networking group every week, and there are people in that group that probably touch on some of the stuff that I do, much like I probably touch on some of the stuff that they do. But the way we work it is that we have a specific section of the industry that we have in that particular seat, in that particular networking group. I am the social media guy. Okay, got a woman in it who does SEO. We've got a bloke in it who does websites. We've got a bloke in it who does video. Looking to add a photographer to it, just to add more to it. Looking to add a graphic designer, because we're trying to grow the network, but we're also trying to grow each other's businesses and help each other's businesses grow to a point where we're not doing the networking on a Wednesday morning or Thursday afternoon or Friday morning so that we can get what our next invoice is, so that we can actually make sure that we're bringing in more work and we're being consistent and we're growing our brand so that we can hire more people and have those bigger contracts, etc. There's countless ways in which we can collaborate together on stuff where, the SEO side of things, they'll handle. The social media side of things, I'll handle. The video side of it that they might need for both the website and for their SEO and for the social media can be handled by somebody else. It's all about collaborating, but you've got to be able to trust the people that you're working with, and you've got to be able to know that you've taken the time to understand more about their business, what they charge, what their work ethic's like, and how you can go about doing everything that you need to do. And when you embrace collaborating with different business owners, it can help you as a person grow, as a business owner grow. Just in general, it can help you because it's making you understand what other people are going through, how their business works, what they can do, and what you can do, what your limitations are, what their limitations are, what's expected of each other. There's so much that goes into collaborating with somebody else, right? We're perfectly honest. Early on into me doing this, okay, obviously I'd met Jason, I'd met Dale, and I collaborated with them. I got a phone call from another social media marketer, okay, and I was like thinking, oh no, we're both in the same town, is this going to be awkward, etc. And it was one of the things where we had a conversation about how we can collaborate together, where she was looking to push her business and her brand, and where I wanted to take mine, and she wanted to move more out of social media and move to marketing and everything like that. And having that conversation has actually led to us being able to collaborate on projects, and has led to us being sounding boards for each other when we need to vent about things that have gone right, or when we need to bounce ideas off each other for different projects. And that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been open to the idea of having that collaboration, having that conversation, and understanding more about what they do, even though they're in the same industry as me, right? Look at the way that this all works. You want to do what's best for you. Now, I'm not saying to you that you have to go out and collaborate with every Tom, Dick and Harry that's a business owner. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying to you is that don't be opposed to it. Don't be blind to the idea of thinking, I've got to do this myself. Don't be blind to the idea of thinking, oh shit, right, okay, they're competitors. Look at it and go, I'm going to go again. I'm going to have that conversation. I'm going to find out more about them. I'm going to see if they're a correct fit for me, for my brand, and what I'm trying to do. Because you never know, okay? 18 months down the line, you might have built that good a relationship that they're actually involved in your business as an employee, or that they have invested in your business and now a shareholder, or that they have decided that they want you to move more into their business and take your good aspects and infiltrate them into the business, right? But don't be opposed to it. Look at it and collaborate and see how you can put together masterpieces for your clients. and work hard on creating those different ways of making things special for people. Well, that's obviously my thoughts. You can listen to this and think he talks a load of shit, or you can look at it and go, yeah, he's spot on with that, you know. And it's just me, a microphone, and my computer, and me putting my thoughts out there for